Are you with me, saints?
Yes, sir.
She says, hasn't God been dealing with you? And now watch this. This is so very powerful. He says, saying, God deal with you, saying, go and draw towards Mount Tabor and take with you 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun. And I will draw unto you to the river of Kishon, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army with his chariots and his multitudes, and I will deliver him into your hand. Now watch this. This is what God's been saying to the warrior. But the warrior said, how can I trust you? So the prophet calls him. Come over here, Barak. I want to talk to you. I got a word from the Lord for you. But he already knows what it was. Now watch this. Here's something God shared with me years ago. And I've said this many, many times. There came a point in my walk with God where God said to me very plainly, son, I'm never going to give you another prophetic word. I'm only going to give you words of confirmation. In other words, I'm going to tell it to you. And if you're too weak in your spirit to move on it, I'm going to send a prophet to confirm it.
That's good.
Are you with me? And he's done that consistently. Consistently, he's done that. Now, have I always listened? No.
Right.
I'm working on that, Brother Dwight. Amen. I'm working on that, Sister Tiffany. Can you relate? Amen. Amen. So watch this. He goes on, and here's what it says here. This is so very sad. Verse 8. God's been talking to the warrior, but here's what the warrior says in verse 8. And Barak said unto her, if you will not go with me, then I will not go. But if you go with me, then I will go. Do you hear what he's saying there? He said, tell the Lord, I told the Lord, and I'm going to tell you, I ain't doing nothing.
Without you going.
Come on now. He's talking to a woman. If you go with me, I'll go.
You prophet.
Come on now. You see, and because that God said to him, well, because of your fear, because you allow yourself to be influenced by, I've been doing this teaching, so I keep using this word, the demon spirit of fear. Because you allowed yourself to be influenced by the demon spirit of fear, I'm going to give the victory to a woman. I'm not going to give the victory to the warrior.
Amen.
Are you with me, saints? So my point is, the prophet has to speak to the warrior because God's been speaking to the warrior, but the warrior ain't wanting to do it.
Right.
And we see that the warrior is under the influence of a demon spirit of fear because he said, I ain't going if you won't go. Come on now. I need you to hear the arrogance in that. God's been dealing with him. God's been telling him, I'm going to give Sisera into your hands. Him and all the chariots, when you get down there, I'm going to give them into your hands, but that's not enough for the warrior.
Right.
It's not enough for him. Are you with me, saints? Saints, you got to get this down in your spirit. Now, what is the relevance of this? Saints, how many of us, come on, hear me well now, how many of us cannot, even in this climate, cannot trust God? We're not hearing from God. We got all these prophets telling us one thing, but we're not seeing it manifest.
Right. Right.
And I'm asking these saints, I'm asking them, what is God saying to you? Because God, as I said last week, God was saying something totally different to me and my woman.
Yes.
Well, it's the truth. It's the truth. And I listen. I know I'm getting a lot of backlash behind that. But I've been all that time afraid to share with that. What you saying, Mr. Prophet, what you saying, Miss Prophet, ain't what God's saying to me.
Amen. Amen.
Afraid of the backlash, afraid of the weight of the rejection.
That's right. That's right.
And here's this man, Barak, a coward, but God's called him a warrior.
Yes.
But he won't rise up. He says, the only way I'm going to do what the Lord's telling me to do is if you go with me.
That's right.
That's a coward. But God got to use what he got to use. Amen.
Amen.
He has to use what he has to use.